The Golden Girl is all over your box. I'm here and I'm live, and boy, it's going down. You know, Diddy is right now waiting for the judge to decide whether or not he will be released today to go home for a house arrest. That's what he's asking for. He's asking in a new bail package. Everything is still the same. Oh, wait a minute. Before I even get started, let me officially get started.
Golden girl, you're listening. Golden girl, sex and celebrities. Talking Philly radio legend. Go Hollywood, baby. Got it locked down.
It's all over your box. I'm here, and boy, let me just tell you, the judge is deciding now. It's a new judge today. I'm talking about Diddy, of course. They are back at it. His lawyer is going in and has already gone in. Now, it started at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in New York. It is already 10 o'clock a.m., which means it's 1 o'clock in New York. They've asked the judge. They've gone to lunch. The judge may decide today, or she may decide by tomorrow. But the bottom line is the judge is going to decide whether or not Diddy can go home to Miami, to a mansion off of an island while he awaits these charges. Now, it's been done before. Plenty of people, celebrities, have been able to post bail and stay home until the trial begins. But if you're black, it usually doesn't go that way. Sometimes it does, but usually it doesn't. And with the charges that they are charging Puff with, post your comments and shoot this live out right now. Hello, what's up, Fancy? Hey, listen, with the charges that he's facing, which to me, the charges that they have right now, what they're telling us, Puff is in jail for being a freak. Because that's all what it really boils down to. Puff is in jail right now. Charges that they're saying, they're saying that Puff did everything that he did because he's a freak. And he did everything to cover up his sex life. And that doesn't make sense. Because everybody in the industry been know that Puff was a freak. Hey, and what is illegal about being a freak? It's crazy. So the charges are as such that he used his, what they're calling racketeering, his criminal enterprise, all right, to fund his sexual prowess, his activity, the women that he brought in from state to state or whoever. This is what they're doing every day. Women are posting up online bragging about how they're getting flown across the country to be with men who have money, and they're kicking it, they're tricking and everything. And so these are some of the things that Puff is in jail for right now, for facilitating parties that everybody in the industry knew he was doing. None of the people have even said that it was non-consensual. This case is weak. What else they're going to come with, we have no idea. But this case right here is absolutely weak, because the sensationalism of saying that he had 1,000 bottles of lube and oil to go with it, it's corny. I mean, that's a part of the crime, because he had 1,000. It sounds extreme, but purchasing 1,000 bottles of lube, whether he was getting it for now or for 10 years from now, it doesn't matter. That's not a crime. So when they put that stuff in the forefront, that lets me know right there that they don't really have a lot. They want the public opinion to help sway a verdict against Puff. Listen, it's deep, but he's in there now. And I tell you, Puff needs a new lawyer, and he needs better advisors. The entire time since Puff has been dealing with Cassie, even when Cassie first came out and everything, Puff obviously has horrible advisors. The lawyers, everybody that he's been dealing with has been horrible from day one. Because if he was dealing with people, if he was dealing with people who were advising him properly, he would have paid Cassie off before it ever even became a lawsuit. He had the opportunity. She had asked for her money long before. He could have been paid her off. He would have never seen the light of day of what's going on in his life right now if he would have just paid Cassie off. He could have paid Little Rod off, but he chose not to. His ego allowed him to not pay them off, to think that he could continue to do what he'd been doing. And that was basically shitting on people, strong arm, or whatever it is that they're accusing him of. Bottom line is the charges that he has right now is really stupid that he's sitting in jail for this, because he was having freak offs. They were taking IV after having freak offs. People weren't calling the cops saying this man did this to me. Like, I don't believe what they weren't doing that. They were laying around for 3 and 4 and sometimes a week at a time, kicking it with Diddy, having freak offs, day in, day out, drugs, party all the time, getting paid the whole 9 freak yards. And this is what he was doing. And they were doing it too, and they were compliant with doing it. They consented to it. They stayed around, and now that they are looking for people to, be witnesses against him, a lot of people are like, well, no, I didn't really want to be there. He continued to make me do it even when I didn't want to. And that could be true too. But it's going to be hard to prove that people that were there having consensual sex at some point decided, no, this is not consensual. I was willing to yesterday, but today I didn't want to. And now, whatever. You get my point. So, but he's in prison, and he's in all prisons are terrible. But they say that, some are worse than others. Some are low security. The one he's in is not. He's not in Rikers, but he's in another deadly jail where literally somebody just got killed in there in June. It's one of those jails that's in there. The prisoners are suing because the jail is terrible, rat infested, life on, about to die in this joint every single day. They threw him to the wolves. They definitely did. I don't even know if he is in protective custody or not, but we do know that he is in jail. His lawyer to me is stupid. I mean, I saw the guy everywhere yesterday giving interviews like crazy. I was like, what? But he was doing it.
Eventually, he's going to be shown to be innocent. And so tomorrow we fight again, and we'll fight every day until we don't have to fight anymore.
Where is he being detained?
I don't know. The question is, why did it happen last night instead of today? I don't know the answer to that question. I just want to make one point very clear. We have no power. All we can do is show good faith. He got on a plane and he came here. And if he stayed here for 1 day before the case started, or for 1 year before the case started, he was going to stay as long as he needed to stay. It ends up being only 12 days. That's fine. That's what the government wanted to do. The government didn't want him to turn himself in. He came here to turn himself in. Why doesn't the government want him to turn himself in? Because then they can't ask for detention. So they go and they arrest him. They arrest a guy who came to New York to turn himself in. But we're going to make all these points again tomorrow, and we'll make him as much as we can until we get him out.
I mean, I don't know. Like, real rap, I don't know. That dude, I don't have no confidence in him. I don't. He doesn't sound like a good lawyer to me. And the things that he's saying, I mean, we're just going to keep trying, we're going to make these arguments again. What do you mean you're going to make these arguments again? You ain't going to make better arguments? Those arguments didn't work. If they didn't work with one judge, what makes you think they're going to work with another judge? I would have fired him on the spot. As soon as he would have said all that, I would have been like, oh, yeah, I got to take the other boy. Whoever the other lawyers may be, your choices. Puff really had the best lawyers in New York. But those lawyers were threatened by other celebrities to get rid of Puff, or people were threatening that they were going to not use these lawyers. And these lawyers, it's not just that. They try to put it on Lady Gaga, but it's not just that. What it is the bottom line is these lawyers have helped Puff for years. They've helped Puff for years. Hide everything under the sun. I'm talking about the initial lawyers that Puff had, the ones that are top tier dogs in New York. No, every judge could have probably got Puff off. They made Puff they got rid of Puff. They said, no, we don't want to represent you anymore. It's just too much bad blood. And the bad blood realistically is everything that Puff was doing for them 20 years that they was representing them. They was representing them and getting them out of it. They was helping them get out of it. At the end of the day, Fast came to them and said, look here, y'all about to go down with this nigga. Cut him a go. Cut him a go down. And nothing to do with no celebrity. He came and told him, we're going to get him, and it's going to trace back to all the stuff you helped him do, and we already know about it, and cut ties now. Use your white privilege, and we're giving you the opportunity to cut ties now. And they cut ties now. Puff been going through lawyers to keep getting these lesser lawyers. Lesser lawyers get you a lot of time. And so, you know, we about to see, because this lawyer came up with Puff to offer the court that he would not have women at his mansion. That's what they added on. That's crazy. That ain't changing no judges. That ain't changing no judges' mind. What you mean? Oh, so I should let him go home now because he's saying that also, aside from $50 million, couple houses, plane, everything he put up for collateral, this, that, and the third, now he telling us that he about to not get no coochie too. And that's supposed to tug at the judge's heart. Like, look, he not going to be with no women. He ain't going to be able to have no, like, you taking away his most important thing is coochie or Bucci or whatever it is. Bucci or Blissy or whatever it is. But you're taking it away, and we should let him go back home because of that. I mean, this lawyer is ridiculous. He should be fired on the spot. I'll fire him for you. See, what should have happened a long time ago is Puff, when he first got like the whole case with Cassie, instead of him coming out and saying, oh, I'm sorry, I'm doing rehab and all that, he shouldn't even have did all that. He should have went in rehab. And he should have did like a rehab like Wendy Williams is doing, like for long-term rehab. That's what they should have advised. And they should have said, Puff, go in long-term rehab for sexual addiction. He should have been in there from the day after he paid Cassie off. All right, I'm going to rehab. I'm being there for a year. All right, he should have been in there for that. He should have been in there for drugs. This dude is so sprung out on drugs. He still had drugs knowing that they was coming to get him. He knew that they was coming to get him. And they say he came to New York because he already knew he was indicted and he was going to get picked up. But he still decided to have pink Tucci and ecstasy and whatever else that they found in his hotel 2 days ago. So he still was getting, like, he sprung on the drugs. So go figure, he should have been in rehab for sexual addiction. He should have been in rehab for cocaine, methamphetamines, ketamine, whatever else, Tucci, crack, whatever he was doing. Ciroc mixes, vaping, weed, everything. He had that rapper weed. Oh, the weed ain't nothing. He got that rapper weed, that LA rapper weed. Yeah, all of the above. They said he had people flying stuff in. I don't know. I feel like, despite the fact that they are telling us that these are the only 3 charges, I feel like they are going to eventually add charge after charge after. They said this is an ongoing investigation. Ongoing means that we're not done here yet. We're not done. We've got more, and we are just trying to prove it. And that's what they're doing. Hello. Shout out, y'all. What's up? Shoot this live right here out, and you can share this with whoever you want to hear this naked truth, because I got it for you. Melody Solomon, what's up? Thank you so much. Good afternoon, beautiful. I miss you, Golden Girl. I miss you guys too. All right. And so, like I was saying, it's really just what it is. The fact that Puff is in jail for sex crimes and he's been a freak forever, and the industry knows, and everybody else is freaking too. And those tapes got everybody in the industry on them. All of that is, when you think, yes, Fancy Rise said, of course, Sean did this to himself. Dude let Hollywood turn him into a monster. Sean thought his white handlers would have his back for a lifetime. It's a wrap. And I believe that, Fancy. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. And you know what? I feel like this is terrible, right? But he really got worried about getting Epstein. Diddy got worried about getting Epstein. He has decades. They talking about 15 years. Diddy got decades of video. Diddy was videotaping people way back at the Hampton parties. That was decades ago at the Hampton parties. All right, at the Hampton White parties. You might not remember that. You might be a little young for that one. But yeah, Diddy was having the same parties. It ain't Hollywood. It ain't just Hollywood. Diddy, I'm telling you, Diddy was having these parties. Fancy. He was having these parties back in the day up in New York at the Hamptons. Everybody in the industry back then was clamoring to get to his party. Then he moved the parties to Miami and LA, Hollywood, and it became more A-listers and just Hollywood, like you said. He bought the mansion with the tunnels and all this and all that. And he had a whole lot going on for many years. She said she remembered them Hampton parties. All right. And Melody says she's blessed to see him doing excellent. Thank you so much. Diddy, this one is crazy. He did this one crazy. He did. And what about the Kim Kardashians, the Ellen DeGeneres, all of these people that have been at these parties, and I'm talking about in the after hours. They ran into Ellen DeGeneres and asked her about it. She was like, oh, Lord. I mean, you can see the fear in her face, like, oh, my God. It's about the, because the thing is Diddy was recording people. People knew they were being recorded. But then there was the other part of tapes where people were branching off into other sections and stuff in the mansions, and those hidden video, which still Hollywood knew that everybody in Hollywood got cameras in every room in their crib. That's regular-ish for Hollywood. Like, everybody got these cameras everywhere. You walking through celebrities' mansions and stuff, and cameras are everywhere. Everybody knows it. But when people get high and they get freaky and everything, they begin not to care about whatever it is that they're doing. They freaking, and everybody has this NDA that they've signed, and everybody has a vested interest. Like, I don't want this to come out about me, so I'm not going to tell what you did, because if I tell what you did, that's kind of like telling what I did. So all of the celebrities realistically be, holding on to each other's secrets and everything. I mean, just freaking. They've been freaking for a long time. I did a live last night and the night before. I started this on Monday, and it's just crazy because I'm actually doing a countdown too for the election, and so I've been inundated with Diddy, just like everybody else has been, but I got that coming too. That countdown continues. We are just 47 days away from voting in a new president. Don't forget it. Make sure you go out and vote. Make sure you are registered. Everything this John is crazy. All this is a distraction. What's really going on? All right. So I'll be talking about that stuff in another live later on today. But yeah, everybody in the industry is scared right now. Oh, scared to death because they know they've been at the party. They just don't know if their stuff has been revealed on the tape, and they're afraid that it's going to get out and ruin them. And it's nothing nobody can do until the videos come out. So Hollywood is kind of like preparing for the worst, but there is no preparation. Because I mean, what? They was doing it. So there's a lot of people, like I said, the list is long. You're going to be surprised at some of the people that's on there. People that have been, all right, like, it ain't for me to say. I wasn't at the party. And I was thinking, I was like, well, did I get squad at the party one time or something? I had to think about the shit. I had to think about, I'm like, you know what? I'm trying to think about way back. Like way back. I'm like, yeah, I've been a whole bunch of parties, twisted, coming home, people driving and everything. So I was asleep. I woke up like, oh, I was so twisted. I don't even remember where I done had plenty of them nights partying up. And I don't know remember what happened. Oh shit, it was crazy, girl. You was twisted. Next thing you know, you was out, blah, blah, blah. Was I? Was I? Y'all ain't let nothing happen, right? They ain't let nothing happen. But I'm just saying, I don't know. Like, I just be like thinking, like now it got me thinking. I ain't never go to no Diddy parties that I stayed after hours or nothing like that. Like I ain't stay at no after. I went to plenty of Diddy parties, but they were all parties in public locations, not back at, I mean, the Hampton party, that was different, but, and I definitely wasn't doing no videos or nothing with nobody that I know about. I would have had to been out drunk, twisted, drugged, voluntarily doing no videos for not care what celebrity it is, who, whatever. And I never been attracted to Puff. That's the other thing. Everybody on them tapes, and Usher need to speak up. But what does he need to say? What does Usher need to say? What is he going to say? I think he said a lot. He said that he's witnessed a lot as a kid. I think that spoke volumes. He said he witnessed a lot of things he shouldn't have seen. He said that he would never let his kids do a Diddy camp and everything. But let me tell you a story about something that happened a long time ago. And I saw Gene talking about this story, and then I was reminded of that. I remember when it happened, but we didn't know what had happened. I remember when Usher was at the camp, and I was on the morning show at the time at Power 99. Shout out to Power 99. I was on the morning show at the time, and the story came out. At that time, you would get the stories, and it came out that while Usher was staying with Diddy at the camp, something happened, and he had to be rushed to the hospital. And we never got the part of the story, and even in the industry, I never heard that part of what actually happened to Usher. Like that part was negated from the story. Although there was a lot of speculation, and it was saying that something had happened. There was a party. They didn't really know, but Usher was rushed to the hospital. This is when Usher was a teen, and he was at the camp. And like I said, I never knew what happened. We speculated what happened. Oh my God, he must have been high. They must have been getting him high. We thought he was getting him. It probably was. We was like, oh, they must have been getting him high. Maybe he got too high and he had an episode. Stuff like that. Never thinking that it was sexual. And then I saw Gene Dale telling the story about that particular incident. And he said that Usher was rushed to the hospital because he had anal sex and that somebody tore him up. And that's what he said. Now, he was around at that time. You know what I mean? I wouldn't know. I can't corroborate what actually happened, but I can corroborate that Usher did get rushed to the hospital as a young teenager. And I do remember doing that story on Power 99 in the morning time. All right. So maybe Usher should speak up. Hey, yeah. That's real. You know, if I'm telling you, it's the naked truth. You can Google it and everything like that. No, Usher, or Justin Bieber, Puff destroyed lives, and Clive Davis needs his turn too. So I posted something with Clive. He acting like you don't even know who Diddy is. Oh my God. The man acting like he didn't know who Diddy was. I posted it up. He's sitting there looking at, like, they asked him about Diddy. He like, Diddy what? I'm talking about Clive Davis, number one evil man. You know what he did. He did a lot of, probably don't know what he did, but he did a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? He definitely, he put Diddy on to how to do the dirt. Diddy dirty money. Diddy dirty money. Is Diddy dirty money the girl? She's the one. Dawn, she's the one that sealed the deal. She said, look, Puff did her dirty and she gonna get him. And I'm trying to get this picture, this video up so I can show it to y'all. But I did have a video of Clive Davis. And, you know, at the end of the day, Clive Davis don't give a damn. Him and Puff, this is it, y'all. Puff did everybody dirty, but he messed with the wrong people. Him and Clive Davis have been beefing, secretly beefing. Him and Clive, his hair fussing. Him and Clive been secretly beefing. The industry people know it for a couple of years now. Diddy was supposed to sign a contract, a continuation contract where Clive would get a percentage of continue to get a percentage of all the publishing and whatever, however, whatever. Diddy got big. He got big with his britches, y'all. And he decided that he could say, man, fuck you. I don't got to pay you. Like, I'm not signing that contract this time. And I'm not giving you that money no more, because Diddy felt like he had enough power to go against Clive. All right. This is fact. I'm talking about since COVID. You understand? And Clive didn't like that. And so things started setting in motion, so to speak. And so, yeah, they don't speak. They haven't spoken years, couple of years, you know. Anything you might have seen has just been fake. And you ain't really seen it. You see how he act like he didn't even know the boy. Oh, let me see if I can get the video off. He act like he didn't even know the boy. They've been beefing on the low. So let me see here. All right, so Fancy said he definitely messed with the wrong person. Clive got rid of Whitney. Come on, shaking my head. Jennifer Hudson better watch her back. Listen, I don't think Jennifer Hudson presents a threat. I say this, it's Jennifer Hudson. She doesn't even have like any music out. She's not a superstar in the respect that Whitney Houston is. She probably has some good songs and stuff like that. I remember she had good songs. Y'all don't think I'm saying that. What I'm saying is, even with everything that she does, movies that she's been in and everything, she still doesn't have superstar status like Whitney Houston or anybody like that. She's not a threat. This woman lost her whole family. Jennifer Hudson lost her whole family, and it was kind of weird and everything. It was very sad. It was very unfortunate. Her sisters, the children, everybody. It was unbelievable. People thought that was a sacrifice too. You never know. You never really know. I'm not a major fan of her music, but I respect what she does and everything like that. She's not a Whitney Houston. I think that she will succumb to everything and anything to stay in position. Whitney was different. Whitney was very different. Whitney was very outspoken, and she was tired of living under the guise of Clive Davis. And that's what she had been doing for years. Whitney had been living under his guise for years and everything he wanted, and living this perfect life and this picturesque, perfect life, and not really being able to be who she wanted to be. And so it just, yeah, and she wanted her. It's all about the publishing. Whitney Houston wanted her publishing. And that's where the problem came is you want your publishing. Prince, he recorded his whole album over. Remember Prince, he recorded his whole, let me see if people are making comments. Hey, Anthony, I see you just bust up in here. Prince wanted his publishing, right? So they wouldn't give it to him. So Prince went and recorded all of his songs over. He went in the studio and re-recorded everything so that he could own his own publishing. Encouraged all of his fans to purchase his music. They did that, and he was able to basically outsmart the music company, and they were mad about that. Warner Brothers, I believe it was. And, you know, of course, with Michael Jackson told all of the artists, these people are getting over, they're stealing, they're doing this, we need our publishing. Michael Jackson owned his, of course, but he had to fight for that. And what did he do? He wanted the Jackson 5's publishing and everything. He had owned his own, but he went and bought that Beatles catalog, and that's everybody under the sun's music. The Sony Beatles catalog until everybody, even current artists to this day, that was supposed to stay in his family forever. But 15 years later, they even dwindled it out of his mom. You understand? It's all about the publishing. That's why Michael Jackson is not this right. All right. And he told everybody. And when he told it, it made it even worse. All right. He went against Sony publicly. He spoke about him. Tommy Mottola, the whole industry, everything. This is what they do. So, yes, Clive, Whitney, and I was at Whitney Houston's funeral. Me and my son, we went to Whitney Houston's funeral. I covered the whole thing. It was unbelievable. You know, I've been to, unfortunately, to all of our greats services. It seemed like they just happened just like this, like Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, and then not in that order, but I'm just saying just on and on and on. And it just, and it could have been in that order. I can't even think straight about that because that, you know how that gets me. I'm talking MJ, I'm losing it. So when I say then a Kobe and Nipsey Hussle, all these people's friends I've been to, and I'm just like, what? They do it when they want what you have. Kobe was about to start some kind of league of some sort, and he this and that, and they was like, no, you're not going to do that. We're going to do this. All right, so it just goes on and on and on. But getting back to Puff, and Clive Davis and the whole thing, like Clive told Puff how to get down, and Puff was getting down. He was getting down together for a long time. Puff went against the grain with him. He rubbed the wrong person. He powerful, you know what I mean? Puff felt like he got that money. He became a billionaire. He was rubbing elbows with other people. Oh my goodness, this came up. It came up. I was hoping it didn't come up. But Fancy had to say it. I pray not either. I ain't even gonna repeat it, but yeah, because we can read it. And I really, really, really hope that that's not the case. There are lots of people on there. But if you ask me, do I believe Lauren London is on there? I will tell you, yes, I do believe that. Golden Girl is all over your box. I'm here. What did MJ's son do regarding his publishing? He didn't do anything. He just did something. He didn't allow for his grandmother to get the money that she needed to fight the sale of the entire catalog. She needed money from the estate. The people at the estate are the ones who are owners now. These are the people that swindled them out of it. I feel as though they got to the younger son and was able to convince him to go against the grain, go against his grandmother. And that's what he did. He wouldn't sign off on it. All the kids had to sign off, and they did. Prince did, and Paris did, and BG didn't. That would be Blanket. And so it happened that Miss Jackson, they lost that. They got to pay out for it, but they no longer own hardly any of it. The portion that they own is very small. Okay, so all of that is really unfortunate. And so let me just say that, because well, I don't know if you know, but Fancy, let me just go back here really quick. I will say this, that, Diddy was the executive producer on Nip's CD. And some ask, how did that happen? I won't get into it, but he was. All right, it's listed. Anything I say is the naked truth. You can fact check it, but y'all know I ain't gonna say it if it ain't true. They was upset that Whitney Houston went over Anita Baker. That's when everything went crazy. They listen, Melody. They be coming up with a lot of different scenarios and stuff like that. But I can clearly tell you that Anita Baker had nothing to do either with anything that transpired around or about Whitney Houston. She just really didn't. People are just making up narratives. They really are. And that's what they're doing. So let me just say, it's unfortunate, the way that things happened. But Anthony said people are stepping down from their companies. People about to start stepping down from their companies. That could be true. You never know. All we do know is that, excuse me, what we do know is that Diddy is waiting for an announcement. And that announcement that he's waiting for comes from a judge as to whether or not he can go back to his mansion in Miami and stay there and not have women visit him. This is what he's offering, to put both his mansion and his mother's mansion up for collateral, $50 million. He says he has an intent to sell for his plane, and he plans to leave the plane here in California, and that he won't whatsoever. If he does that, the plane won't move. It'll be stationed here. He won't get on it or anything like that. He's saying like he won't be trying to leave anywhere. Passports, him, his kids, all that. He's willing to give all that up. This is all what he has in his package deal. He presented it yesterday. Today, all that he added on was that he wouldn't see women if he was given house detention, house arrest. Like, to me, that's not enough to make a judge change their mind about letting him go home. Now, I'd say it. I'd said it before. Y'all can post any comments up. I said it before and I say it again. All right. I feel like Diddy needed from the beginning. He needed better advisors. And he may have been his own advisor. Sometimes when people are like him and they are just powerful and they don't want anybody to tell them anything, you can't tell them anything. I cannot believe that all of the lawyers that Diddy had, none of his lawyers told him in the beginning, pay Kathy off. Do not allow this to become a lawsuit, because they know what he had been doing. They had been protecting him, paying off people secretly for years. So why didn't they advise him to, pay her off? Get this done, brush it under the rug, never to be heard by the public, and let's move on. Nobody told him to do that, or did they tell him to do that? He said, no, she not going to sue me. I know she not going to sue me. She still love me. A man can be tripping and think that way easily, especially a powerful one who has been in control over a woman for so long, and they just believe that no matter what and not under any circumstance would this woman turn on them. And that's what I believe. I believe that Diddy was advised probably to pay her, but in his mind, he said she ain't going to do it. Remember, she took it up to the last minute. She just had a couple of days left after a year of being able to file. She didn't do it for a year. Him and her behind the scenes, Diddy and Cassie behind the scenes, were going back and forth about the money. The money that she wanted, the money he didn't want to pay. All he had to do was pay her. He didn't want to pay her. So that took his whole empire down. Bottom line, whole empire came down because they didn't want to pay the woman behind the scenes. He thought that he had control over her still. His ego got in the way. He was like, nope, she ain't going to do it. And she was like, yes, I am going to do it. This is my last chance to sue you. The window is closing, nigga. Give me this guap and let's move on. And he didn't want to do it. He's like, no, I can't see myself giving her this money. And her new husband living lavish. Now what they doing, her new husband living lavish off of his money. And that's not, it is what it is. At the end of the day, Diddy forgot he was black. Yes, he did. He thought he could go up against Clive Davis. He thought he could go up against the people that own Ciroc Liquor. No. The people that own Ciroc Liquor are the ones who provided Cassie with the lawyer. It's their lawyer. They was like, you get him. We'll pay for everything. We got you. And we're going to cut you a check on the back end for doing it too, to make sure we take this nigga over. We made him a billionaire. He turned around, gave us his ass to kiss. Bottom line, sued us. Said we was discriminating after he paid $1,000 to get in on Ciroc, get in on that stock, and became a billionaire. That's why I said whoever was advising him, he definitely should have been fired him, because they advised him in every wrong direction possible. I believe Mary J was Diddy's first dedicated freak off. Mary was his girl. Yep, that was his girl. That was his John. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stories about Diddy and Mary from back in the day. You know what I mean? And she definitely was his John. You right. Yeah, I mean, you right on that, John. Like, she definitely was, Mary was Mary and Puff was Puff, and they made their money together, and they was freak off, and then this, that, and then that, this. And, all right, so, and that much is true. So, listen, let me just take you to this video right here and show you real quick something else this lawyer had to say.
So, that's all I have.
Okay.
Huh?
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. Wait, what was the question? We're appealing it. We're no bail. He's detained.
We're appealing it.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're appealing the decision to hold him without bail. Tomorrow at 3:30. 3:30, same place. Bail appeal. Bail appeal tomorrow at 3:30, same courtroom, different judge. He's doing fine. He's a fighter. And he.
Okay, see that part right there. That's what I'm talking about. Like, this man. Okay, so he said at 3:30. Now he already been there, I guess, at 11 o'clock. Maybe that was his time to turn in the new proposal for the package. And he said at 3:30 then they'll be in court. So at 11 o'clock, that's when he gave the judge the package that said Puff said he won't have any women over his house aside from everything else that he's offering to do. I'm like, what? Get rid of this guy. He seems dense to me, but that's just me. I feel like Puff ain't winning with him. I don't know. It's all about the judge at this point. It's a different judge than it was yesterday. And for him, hopefully, it's sex at the end of the day, y'all. It's sex. Boy, freak. Freak. Should you go to jail for life for being a freak? And so, everybody going to jail. Everybody going to jail. Like, you can't even fake it or play with it. If he going to jail for being a freak, everybody going to jail. The whole industry, everything is done. You can shut it down right now because it's over. The gig is up, right? So we're going to come back in a little bit because you already said it. At 3:30, that's when they're going to go back in the courtroom and find out what's what. Until then, let me see here. I do want to play this other video for y'all. This man, to me, he danced. Like, he danced by all means. I don't feel as though Puff winning with him. He need to fire him. The man is, he's stupid. He been on trying to get his 15 minutes of fame all night long. I seen this man on everybody interview. I was like, what type of lawyer is doing interviews, giving their whole strategy away to the judge, and or either he just a part of like, look, I'm getting paid. I don't care. Fuck this nigga. He can stay in jail for all I care. I'm gonna still get paid, and I'm getting these 15 minutes of fame. That's the way that lawyer looked. Even when the lady was like, "We going for the," he was like, "Yeah, we going for the bill." He don't even know what they doing. So, it is what Puff get. That's what he did. That's what he dealt. These are the people that he called friends and that he recorded. He taped these people, and everybody pissed off. They worried. Go figure. He got tapes going way back to Mary J. Blige. I don't think he just started taping and stuff like that. I don't think so. In the last 15 years, I think he's been doing that. Like, forever. He introduced everybody else to doing it too. I saw one day, Lil Baby was talking about he was at one of Diddy parties. He named a lot of other celebrities that was there for the late night of the party too. I looked at that video the other day. I was like, all these people about to be told about y'all in this video. Y'all about to be shocked at all the people you're going to see in these videos. I don't know if they're going to ever release the videos, but I don't know. I believe that they're going to release some of them because they want to embarrass the people. They just picking and choosing what videos they want to release. They probably won't release the videos of the white people, but they'll probably release all the videos of the black celebrities they want to try to take down. So I don't know. Have an open mind. It is what it is. Golden Girl is all over your box. I'll be back to do another live in a very short time because details are unfolding faster than you can blink your eye. It's just, they really are. And I don't know. I feel weirdly funny that somebody else that is going to get caught up in this and is going to get a little bit more chaotic than what it is already. That's all I can say at this point. And this right here. Who? That's the other part about it. Let me tell you what I don't like about this shit. All right. Now, I don't like the fact that Diddy beat up Cassie. Nobody does. Nobody likes this shit. That's crazy. But so what? Really, so what? When I say so what, not like so what that it happened, like, so what? Everybody got their ass whipped by a boyfriend at some point. Most women did. I know I did. Way back then, years ago. Thank God I got out of it. And thank God she got out of it. But nobody is paying nobody millions of dollars because they got their ass whipped. And I feel like the gold digging and everything else, everything that happened kind of came with the territory. And it may not sound right when I'm saying it, but I'm being honest. And she left Puff. I'm trying to look for this particular comment that I made. She left Puff a few times. So when people be like, well, she couldn't leave him, like she couldn't leave him, that's not necessarily true because she left him a few times. And I had made a comment earlier, and the thing told me on Instagram, you can't make this comment, undo this shit. You know, I'd say, like, undo this comment. This comment is hateful or whatever it said, violation. I was like, damn, this is just the way I feel. But anyway, I made this comment, and it basically said, if only Puff had given Cassie the kiss that she have now or married her, she would still be with him. And you might think different, and I could be wrong, but she'd still be. Listen, that's just the way I see it. This is the man, you know, that she knew. Listen, Cassie was never a superstar singer or even a good singer, and I'm just not going to sugarcoat it. It has nothing to do with anything that happened to her. But I'm being honest when I say this. Cassie was never, like, at best she could have been maybe a Sierra type singer or something like that, studio antics, stuff like that. I don't know. But I do know that they shipped 2 songs of hers, and none of this shit was hot. I don't even know any one name of a Cassie song right now, and even just think about it. I never did. Because Cassie music ain't never been hot. Now, Cassie had Diddy, the #1 producer, behind her music. Diddy spent a lot of money on pushing her music to radio, the videos, everything. I remember the joint. I remember the push that was on this music. They was trying to make this joint hot, and it was never hot. I played it, whatever it was. I played both singles that they shipped to radio. Nobody in Philly liked the shit. All right, you only get 1 or 2 chances on Power 99, some new shit. The second chance came because Puff called in and pushed it. All right, y'all want us to do Power? You want me to do Power House? I can blah, blah, blah. Or I need y'all to do. All of that shit was favors. Cassie music was never hot. That's all I'm saying. She know her music wasn't hot, right? She's a beautiful girl. But was her music good? No, it was trash. Even after the best producer in the world at the time, Puff, put everything behind it, it still didn't work. All right, so that's that. Because of that, if you're Cassie and you know that you're not the greatest singer, this man put millions behind your projects and it didn't work. But he's on your top. You don't think that she was in it for gold digging too? Like, I mean, come on, y'all. You gotta be realistic about this. This woman was a full-on gold digger. I remember when everything came out when Puff first was denied, and we asked Puff when he first was, bringing her around and talking about, like, oh, y'all messing with each other? Everybody, you messing with speculation. No. This, she did. But Puff knew that she wasn't hot like that. You know what I'm saying? So he made her like, a celebrity star, my girl, and you be the celebrity, whatever. And she was fine with that until that ended. And not saying that she doesn't have the right and didn't have the right to do everything. I think she had the right to do everything. She should have been paid and everything. I think he should have paid her the whole money before she even sued him because he knew he was wrong. And he knew she really didn't love him. So his ego made him believe that she loved me enough not to do it. But deep down in his heart, Cassie didn't love him. He didn't really love her either. She, she was just a toy joint for him, somebody control. He could have a bunch of beautiful women, and she agreed to be that freak to allow him to have many other freaks and whatever else. I mean, she came in cheating with him while he was with Kim Porter. She was creeping and sneaking with him then. All I'm saying is I'm telling you it is what it is. The way I remember it and the way that it happened, all right? She was cheating on Puff behind Kim Porter back. She broke up their happy home. You know what I'm saying? And one could call it karma. Kim Porter didn't live to see any of this happen, but clearly there are friends and people who were around them during the time who have said that You know, Cassie was really talking trash talking about Kim Porter, throwing a light skin, dark skin thing out there, this, that, and the third, and feeling like she was privileged because she's lighter than Kim, and Puff was feeling her at the time. And do you not believe that? Okay, somebody get the dog. I do believe that. But Puff empowered her to be that way. So let's just say, without, like I said, I'm not trying to make one A or B. I'm just putting it out there the way I've always seen it. The young girl came into the industry. Ryan Leslie, or whatever his name is, he brought her to Puff. He couldn't make her a star. He'd done music with her. All that. He couldn't do it. That's why he brought her to Puff. Puff, I got somebody. This is this, and I hope you can make her a star, even if she's not a good singer. Puff has did this for many people who weren't really good singers and stuff. Mary J. Blige, they said in the beginning that Mary J. Blige couldn't sing. You know, she was like a rapstress. That's what they called Mary, a rapstress. All right. And so people like, she really can't sing. People say to this day Mary J. Blige can't sing, but that's a whole nother story. She's become a superstar, and Puff made her that. He did that. All right. So believing that this could happen for Cassie, Ryan, I think it's Ryan Leslie, right? He brought her to Diddy, and Diddy said, well, he put the money behind her. That ain't working. You know what I mean? She ain't cut. I can't cut this one for her. She doesn't have what it takes to be star. Well, if she did, she'd been left Puff. Plenty of producers would love to work with her, and we'll see what she does in the future. There's not saying that it's over, but at the end of the day, Fancy is better modeling, right? Right. All right, Fancy said, yep, right. All right. To me, she's, better at modeling and stuff like that. And, just being at the party and beautiful and a side trophy. And that's what she became. Somebody get the dog. She became a trophy piece. Oh, maybe they left. I don't know. But anyway, they say, like, if the dog is barking, you should go see what's going on. Okay, so let me do this real quick, y'all. Let me throw this video on and tell y'all real quick. Let me just do this. I need to check on this dog. Diddy on a come up. You gotta love it. Diddy only invested $1,000 in Ciroc. Yo, that right there that's the move. And made millions off of them. I know they pissed off with this nigga. I know they like, what, nigga? We built your shit to billionaire status. And so he tried to sue him, and it didn't work. No, he didn't win. No, he didn't win. Not only did he not win, now they're countersuing. They don't even want to be bothered with Diddy. They want to cut the ties right now with Diddy. They no longer want Diddy a part of Ciroc. So I'm just telling you before Diddy get on and start telling everybody, don't drink Ciroc no more. We ain't messing with Ciroc no more. No more Ciroc. Unless they can come to an agreement. They don't want to do no agreement with Diddy. They pissed off. They like, fuck this nigga. No, he didn't.
Oh, yeah. Hollywood's Black Barbie, Golden Girl.
So anyway, I had to go to see what's going on. So we already know that those people right there definitely are a part of this takedown. And I said that way back then when that first happened, that he was going to be sorry and that they was going to feel the way they felt. And we see it's happened. So that's very old. That was back when Diddy first sued them. All right. So anyway, just to roll back, what I was saying about Cassie is at the end of the day, I didn't think that, and nobody else did in the industry, that she was going to be a big star or whatever the case like that. So in my opinion, her thoughts was, I need to go ahead and lay down with this man. You know what I mean? The talent for Cassie never lied, and her music ability is what I'm saying. And I'm the golden girl, and I'm just being honest about it. It never lied in her musical talent. It pretty much for her always lied in between her legs and whatever she was able to provide for Puff at the time. And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? She been gold digging and everything like that. And she got a lot of gold out of Puff. Like she been getting money and living a lavish life for a long time. But then her and Puff broke up. And why did they break up? They broke up because she was cheating on Puff with her now husband, Mr. Fine, Alex Fine. They were cheating. Puff got her a trainer, try to get her in shape and so forth and so on. And the trainer and her started screwing. And, they got into a relationship while she was still living in the house with Puff. They were living together. They were training in another room, in another part of the house. They were sleeping together, sneaking and creeping in the house. Puff saw the videos. She didn't think Puff see the videos. Like, it doesn't make sense. She already know the man got videos everywhere. But, hey, the story will come out. The details will unfold. None of it matters. Puff is in jail. I'm just telling y'all behind the scenes. All right. And so you already probably know most of it. But at the end of the day, like, what negates one for the other? She was cheating on Puff in his crib with the trainer that he provided and was paying. He was paying this man to fuck his girl. Does that make sense? So where does one get to be holier than thou than the other? She said, I'm going to take this nigga for everything he got. She's a gold digger. Kanye made a whole song about it. She's a gold digger. You know what I'm saying? And they all love gold diggers. They do. I mean, they love it. They love it. So if you look at it the way that it really is, you know what I'm saying? She got what she got out of Diddy until she couldn't get no more. After she was found out about in the relationship with her now husband, her and Diddy broke up and the checks slowed down. They slowed down. The money amounts went down too. And then they stopped. It's like, I'm not paying for shit no more. Married to this nigga, I'm not paying no more. Let's see what happened. And nigga, now you see what happened. She was like, oh, you gonna pay. You gonna pay me for the rest of your life for what you did. And I want this big payout. And her husband, Alex Fine, came up with, a plot to get Puff, get that money, and boom, there it is. Puff is in jail. Can you believe it? He is locked up in jail, and I don't think he's getting out. They're going to be going at 3:30 back to court, according to his lawyer. And I don't think Puff is getting out, y'all. I don't think Puff getting out today. And he may get out. He may win this case. He may win. Hey, if this is all that he did, they getting him for lube and videos and stuff like that. If that's all he did, man, he needs to be able to pay some money and get out. Like, that's so. But if he had anything to do, and I've been saying this, if he had anything to do with Tupac, Biggie, Kim Porter, he need to get under the jail. And let me tell you something. This is what I think. With all of the people, and look, Fancy said, Puff need to sit. He need to sit. Well, that's according to Fancy. He need to sit. I say he don't need to sit because they may kill him in jail. They may Epstein him. And I don't think Puff deserves that because he was a freak. And the people that were there were freaks too. The people that were there having the parties when they were freaks too. They couldn't wait to freak with Puff. You don't understand. There are people like Puff party is the pinnacle. There are people in the industry that go to other people's parties and they wait for the invite to Diddy's party. They can't wait to go. It's a must in your career to say that you've been invited, that you've got that exclusive invitation to a Diddy party. And that's what you don't understand. I say for all of the people that enjoy the parties and everything, everybody's going to do what the fuck you want to do. Do what you want to do. All right. But I think that Puff might have made out better if he would have offered, or it's not over. They haven't decided yet. He still may get out today. He may walk today and be able to go home under house arrest, a monitor, not able to leave, the whole 9 yards. But I think he might have made out better if he would have said, I'm going to go ahead and get, the apartment. Puff was looking for an apartment in New York. The day that he was arrested, he was going to go view an apartment that he was looking to get while he waited for them to arrest him. I think he might make out better if he presents, how about I'm going to go ahead and get the secured apartment here in New York, closely monitored by the state of New York, not in Miami, in a whole nother state, while I'm going to live in my mansion off of the island. That should sound too much. You should have said, I'm going to take a humble apartment, even though it would have been a luxury apartment with security and everything. Humble apartment here in New York, be monitored, not leaving the state of New York. And matter of fact, I don't really even need to be at home. because I want to go into a full-time sex rehab and drug rehabilitation until I'm better. And it ain't no date on it. Until they say I'm cured. That's what he should have proposed. This bullshit that he proposed is just that. And I don't believe the judge is going for it, but we'll see. Anyway, like I said, I just want to look again because I did make this note. Let me see. Fancy said he was more than a freak. He needs to be stripped from everything if he doesn't go to prison. I believe he has something to do with Big Pac, him, and possibly Big L. Or was that doing Big L? Oops. No, I don't know. And I don't know anything about that. And I don't speak about things I don't know, girl. But what I do know is that, unfortunately, there's a lot of different details that may tie Diddy into the situation with his own baby mom, with Pac, and possibly with Biggie. And that's why I said it's a possibility that Puff might not get out, y'all. He might not, because if they can tie the rest of those stories in, like if they can tie the rest of it in, and I think they're looking to do that. Like just when he think he gonna come home, I think they're gonna hit him with charges on either suspicion on Kim Porter or suspicion on Biggie. I mean, you got Keefe D out there talking all day, every day, saying this man paid us to take him out and all that. So I think when he think he might get out, they're gonna slap, boom, charges on him, and he's gonna have charges for this, charges for that. That's what I think. I don't think it's over, and I don't think this is the end of it. But we will see. And I will come back up as soon after. It's just like an hour and maybe a half away that they will be back in court at 3:30 on the East Coast. It's about 2:00 now. And I'm going to come back as soon as we know something. This is must-see TV. Like, we got to find out as it happens, because this is a big deal. And it's a big deal because I see the whole industry coming down. I don't just see this as being Puff. I see the whole industry coming down behind this. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it that there have been stories of women and Puff and different things for years. And, nothing has really happened. But because it's Cassie and it's a woman, a white woman or whatever, because Cassie, ain't she white? With the little Kim Kardashian and that color and stuff on. Because it's a white woman, it's a full-on takedown, and it includes the entire industry for sex and things that people have been doing behind closed doors consensually forever. And, whether it's people that are celebrities or people that are just regular people, because once they start doing it and locking people up for different sex acts, they start with celebrities. It's coming down to you too, to everybody's bedroom. That means the government now in our bedroom and charting what is going on and what is happening. And that's kind of like another freedom that's walking away as we speak. So you better know that if he's convicted of using lube and stuff, then what? If you got lube in your crib, you know what I'm saying, you got a little bit too much lube, you can be accused of, they must have been doing it because they had all this, the whole thing sounds ludicrous. That part of it, the fact that they are honing in on lubricant, baby oil, all of this stuff to sensationalize the story, just let you know the media is just corny with it. I mean, really, there's a lot of details that they could be talking about, but they're talking about those details and the freak off. This whole thing is about a freak off. So, all right, so threesomes is out the door. Group sex is no. Orgies, better not speak of it. I mean, I don't know. Chicks flying out to other states to get a bag. Girl, you better think twice. Going across state line, it's illegal. All this stuff. I'm like, what? I'm just saying, this is where we're going. All right, they want us to have a sexless society. Let me just see here. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna come back. Shout out to everybody that's on here. You can always make a comment and put me on post notification. Subscribe. all that. I don't know who they coming for next, but I do have a feeling that this is not the end. This is not like they're not done. Oh, they not done. They not done. They not done. They not done, and everybody else know they not done. And you know, it's scary right now. I don't want to talk about the other stuff, but yeah, it's scary right now for a lot of people in Hollywood. I ain't scared. I ain't got nothing to do with none of it. None of it. Only thing I was thinking about, like I told y'all earlier, I was like, somebody put me on the tape. Like, it's like, put me on the tape. I'm just playing. Go to girl. It's all over your box. And always remember to BIG. Believe in God. He believes in you. He makes all things possible too. We about to find out a lot of stuff, y'all. I'm gonna leave y'all with a couple of these videos real quick, just to recap what this man is saying. This lawyer, I mean, damn, did he need a new lawyer? This dude is weak.
Appeal scheduled for tomorrow at 3:30 in front of Judge Carter, the district judge assigned to this case. I think that we made the points that we've been wanting to make. I think he came out. Mr. Combs is a fighter. He's going to fight this to the end. He's innocent. He came to New York to establish his innocence. He's not afraid. He's not afraid of the charges. There's nothing that the government said in their presentation today that changes anyone's mind about anything. He's been looking forward to this day. He's been looking forward to clearing his name, and he's going to clear his name. And we're going to stand by his side as he does. We believe in him wholeheartedly. He didn't do these things. This was a 10-year relationship. There's no coercion. There's no crime. There's basically just, someone who brought a civil case and now is finding themselves as a witness in a criminal case. And we're going to fight this case with everything we have, as is he.
Really? So that's what they're going to do. And we're going to find out in just a little bit.
Golden Operation Complete. The Golden Girl has left the building.
Bad Golden Girl.